Here are the Hawaiian Tell FCU starting lineups. They will scroll across the top of your screen as we are ready to get underway. Hawaii will serve. Serving for Hawaii will be Alyssa Ilongo. Squires gets it over. Croson ripped it down the line off of Alvarez.
There's something Hawaii, I think, needs to do better tonight, and that is convert from defense to offense. That time they got a good pass of Hartong and then a great finish by Croson.
Longo puts it into the net. That's a service error. And we are tied at 1, just underway. The officials up on the pedestal. The up official is the legendary Marvin Hall. Jesse Rodriguez is on the floor. Bert Kasem and Ryan Scudder are the linesmen. That ball is hit long. That ball hit long at that time by Vorster.
Pretty good pass by Maeda that time, and I think Uiato just underset the 6'3" Vorster.
Kristen Winkler from Los Altos, California serves. Good serve. Croson tries for the corner. Long.
One thing Hawaii can ill afford to do, and that is to give Irvine points that are hitting errors. Looks like there was a net violation on Irvine. Hawaii will get the point.
That was a late call.
Dodged a bullet there.
So a net called on Sydney Wright. Serving is Uiato. Alvarez back set. Ball hit over by Wright. Uiato. Croson down the line again. That'll be returned. Forster popped in the air by Alvarez. There's Squires. Good diving dig by Maeda. Wright. Whistle blows, net violation.
Croson in the net.
Irvine leading 3-2, and they will serve. Coming into the game is Hannah Nabut. Nabut from La Habra Heights, California. Sophomore serves down the line and serves it wide. Service error for Irvine. They could be a little tight tonight too. I mean, they've come across the ocean to play the #1 team in the conference, undefeated.
And their coach Paul Weishoff told me that they need to win the serve and pass game. They did not win the serve game there for sure that time.
Ashley Castle goes into the game for Hawaii on the left side. And that's a point for Hawaii. Unable to handle the ball near the antenna is Shannon Fleming. So Hawaii gets into the lead 4-3 in the first set. Croson. That ball dug up by Winkler. Alvarez to Squires. Good double block. Hartung was there. Vorster. Hartung threw her hands that time. It went from a double block to a single block.
Yeah, there's one of the advantages of having Hartung on the right is that she's blocking against the other team's best left side player during her 3 rotations across the net. That's one of the reasons that Dave Shoji likes having her on the right.
Squires serving. Uiato to Vorster. Ball put over by Alvarez. Back set Fleming with a good crisp hit for the point.
Boy, Longo, hard to believe that she mishandled that ball, passed it over the net, giving Irvine an easy chance to convert right there.
Squires puts it into the net, service error. So we are tied at 5 in the early going. In to serve is Lele Pali. She puts it into the net. Another service error. 6-5. Irvine leading in the first set.
Lily Polly usually very, very steady in regards to serving. She has very few balls out. She must be a little bit tight tonight.
Orson near the net. Well, put over that time by Adolfo. Comes right back in front of Croson. Irvine leading 7-5, and Hawaii not smooth.
Let's see if Irvine again tries to serve Croson. Notice earlier they're trying to get a lot of balls to her. She gets one again.
Castle dug up in the back row that time. A ball blocked, put over by Harton. Squires goes cross court. Bubaka gets it across. Longo, Uiato, Castle, blocked back. There's Longo. Harton, long.
It's set a little far off the net for Harton to get a good run at it. Ball was set to about the 8-foot line. I think Lita Uiato's got to get used to having a Harton on the right, and she can set her closer to the net.
8 serving 5. Irvine leading in the first. Hartung through the block and down. Bubaka was up there on the block. One of the 2 blockers, Bubaka and also Rosenfeld.
Good set by Longo right up there about the 3-foot line where Hartung can really maneuver the block.
6 serving 8. Hartung serving. That ball hit over by Bubaka. Uiato, Croson, popped up, goes into the first row.
Oh, what a dig by Hartung to get the play started. Digging that ball with her hands. That beach volleyball she played in the spring, I think, really helped her game, especially with hand digs like that.
7 serving 8. Hartung. Winkler. Put over by Squires. There's Hartung in the air. Uiato. Ball hit over by Adolfo. That will be returned. Bubaka was trying to return it, but hit it right into the net.
Bubaka's their second leading kill leader at 3 kills a game. Squires their number 1 kill leaders. We see Paula Weishoff shouting out some instructions.
So Hawaii has made up a 3-point deficit, but they dropped behind by 1 point on that service error by Hartung. Wright comes back into the front row along with Rosenfeld. Serving will be Alvarez for Irvine. Croson overpasses. Hawaii adjusts. Outside Castle into the double block and down.
Castle looks much more comfortable out there on the left. That's what she played last year when she played for Arizona State. She led them in kills. She led them in attempts. So she just looks happier out there. And boy, she could put a lot of heat on the ball from that left side.
Tied at 9 in the first set. These 2 teams have played each other even so far. Maeda with a floater. Wright. Boy, Wright just ripped that one.
Boy, she got this one right, picking up right where she left off last weekend. She had 8 kills, no errors against Santa Barbara. Coming into her own is the freshman.
Bubaka serving. Hartung down the middle. That's popped up by Bubaka. Bubaka gets it across. Maeda. Uiato. Croson. Good dig. Right on the outline that time by Longo. When they get the ball across the court to Adolfo, she goes down just inside the line.
Longo may have taken an out ball there, but look how the finish is from Adolfo. Uiato doing a nice job of going antenna to antenna. That's what she's got to do as a setter, is really stretch out that UCI defense.
Longo serving, tied at 10, serves it long. 11-10, Irvine leading. So Winkler will serve for Irvine. Winkler from Los Altos, as we said, she's out of St. Francis High School. Floats it over. Maeda, Uiato. There's Hartung. And that's a point for Hawaii. Hartung with that big hit down the middle.
Emily Maeda doing a nice job of passing in the back row. Got that ball right up there where Huyato could set any one of 3 different players.
Tied at 11. Huyato serves. Whistle blows, and a net violation. A net violation, I believe, at that time on Alvarez.
Alvarez, yeah, the setter, she actually stepped under the net as she was chasing down that errant pass.
12-11, Hawaii leading. Huyato serving, overpass, Borster.
That hit on the overpass was not very forceful, but she found the open area, and that's all that matters. And she ought to be crediting Huyato for the great serve that forced the overpass.
Hawaii leading 13-11, biggest lead for Hawaii in this first set. That ball goes off Squires, but it is saved that time by Yoder, who is just into the game. Malia Yoder, and there's Forster again. 14-11, Hawaii leading by 3. Timeout has been called by Irvine.
Mr. Permanente, keys to the match for Irvine. They got to serve short, and they have been serving short. It's a strategy that Fullerton used last week to give Hawaii all kinds of problems. And for Hawaii, were there any road lessons learned? Well, Dave Shoji said he learned one. If they get up 2-0, he's not going to wholesale sub tonight.
Huyato serving as we resume in the first set. Ball hit over by right, dug up by Maeda. Nice dig. Hartung is blocked back, but there is Longo. Hartung gets it over. Advantage here. And that ball hit over and dug up by Maeda. Krausen pounds it off the block. Boy, that's just almost miraculous play by Hawaii on this side of the net. Hawaii on a 5-point run.
What a rally for Emily Maeda that time. 3 digs in that rally.
15 serving 11. Dug up by Yoder. That ball hit over, and there again is Longo. Krausen, tough angle. That ball hit over by right, goes off Maeda.
And of all the 4 digs she's had in the last 2 rallies, that was the easiest dig possible right there.
You see Long Beach State, they will come in here on Saturday. And they lost to Northridge. Northridge is a tough team.
Especially that was at Northridge where Hawaii had trouble.
Squires, Longo, outside Hartung. Oh, Hartung spun it off the block. 16-12, Hawaii leading by 4. Castle comes back in on the left side, front row.
Nice pass by Longo, and Hartung just goes high and almost over that block.
Serving is Krausen. Overpass. Hawaii with the advantage here. They go to Borster, and she is able to get it just inside the sideline and off of Nabut, just into the game. Hana Nabut.